But like I said, you are never going to prevent the people who are attending the Bilderberg conference right now. You're never going to prevent them from controlling the politicians until the people take the power away from the politicians. So they have no incentive to buy those people off.
This is Justin with We Are Change Orlando, and I am here with Adrian Wyllie, former Libertarian candidate for governor of Florida.
Justin, good to be with you.
Thank you so much for being here today. We are at the Freedom Festival in Bradenton, Florida. And first off, congratulations on your new position, chairman of the Libertarian Party of Florida.
That's right.
What are your feelings on taking that position versus running for governor previously?
Well, it's I go from being the candidate to ensuring that we have a whole bunch of candidates that have the resources necessary to win. That's going to be my focus over the next 2 years, is ensuring that our candidates are ready to go, that we're competing in races across the state, and that we start to see some victories on the legislative level. And the other component of that is making sure that we get to 5% voter registration here in the state of Florida, which would make the Libertarian Party a major party here in the state, on par with the Republicans and Democrats, and they couldn't keep us out of the media, keep us out of the debates. We'd have to get that equal playing field. In the past, they keep raising the bar on us, and every time we hit one of their stated goals, they raise it just a little bit higher. Their objective is to ensure that the people of Florida think that there's only two parties out there,
right. And
it's our job to show them that that's not the case.
I heard you talking about civil disobedience up there. Why do you think it's so important that we engage in civil disobedience and know our rights, whether it's traffic stops or the Second Amendment, what have you?
Right. Well, it's critical if we want to maintain our rights, if we want to ensure that we have liberty, our children have liberty, our future generations have liberty. We have to stand up against any infringements of those rights, of those liberties. And one of the ways to do it is peaceful civil disobedience, and I stress the peaceful part. It's disobeying unconstitutional laws, disobeying laws that are unjust. But it's also very important how you do it, how you come across, because you're not only putting yourself in a situation to challenge the law, you're putting yourself in a situation where you are going to be influencing public opinion. And in order for this to work, it needs to happen where not necessarily a majority, but a tireless minority is standing up for those same rights, to the point where the public opinion changes and they say, you know what, yeah, that's a terrible law. We shouldn't put up with that. So it's all in the way we do it. We have to do it with a clear understanding of what our objectives are, and our objectives are to change public opinion and change the laws, repeal the bad laws.
So as we sit here today and have our discussion of freedom, I think it's pretty ironic that across the pond we've got a discussion of tyranny going on with the annual Bilderberg meeting. Are you familiar?
Oh yeah.
What does it make of what does it say about our free and open society and our government, and really our free press, if there's a behind closed doors meeting going on with world leaders, whether it's banking, politics, media, and there's no media coverage? What does that say about our free press?
Well, you have to understand how the system works, and everybody talks about we need to get the money out of government, but that's not really the root cause of the problem. The only reason that the money is in government is because of the power that government wields. So if we set up a government that has this much power, then of course the elite of the world, the people who own both the media and also put the most money into political campaigns, are going to get together behind closed doors and say, what do we want our politicians to do? We're going to set the agenda because we're the ones who have the control. But like I said, you are never going to prevent the people who are attending the Bilderberg conference right now. You're never going to prevent them from controlling the politicians until the people take the power away from the politicians. So they have no incentive to buy those people off.
Very interesting. We've got to change it, not worry about them.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah. And we outnumber them exponentially.
Right.
So we have the power to do this. I mean, just the sheer fact that if everyone understood what was actually going on, and more people do, the internet has been phenomenal for that as we pass information through social media. But once people understand, the next step is taking action. And, I believe there's a lot of different ways to take action. Civil disobedience is, of course, one of them, but another one is just switching your party registration to Libertarian. I mean, I believe that would make a huge difference. If we could become a major party, we can start to actually change. We will be in the position to change some of these things, hopefully forever.
And there's also a lot of concern about the upcoming Jade Helm military training exercises across the nation. Even some concern with to the point where the Texas governor has asked the National Guard to kind of oversee the operations. What are your thoughts on that? Is this a legitimate concern? And, you know, if you were the governor of Florida, would you take those similar actions?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I am personally concerned about it. Do I think that the U.S. military is going to start rounding people up next month and putting them in FEMA camps? No, I do not. However, do I think that they are training for that potential future possibility? Yeah, the military trains for what they perceive as to be potential threats. And the fact that they're doing this, and
on our soil too.
On our soil, in what I believe is to be in violation of posse comitatus, and doing things like designating the entire state of Texas as OPFOR, as hostile territory for the purpose of this exercise. Yeah, it definitely is alarming to me, but I think some people are dramatically overreacting.
Right.
I believe in people. I believe that most people are inherently good. Having served myself, I know that I would say the majority of people in the U.S. military really believe in the oath they took to uphold and defend the Constitution, and they wouldn't follow any order that would be just blatantly contrary to that. So I have a lot of faith that our military is not something we necessarily have to fear, but it's also hard to deny at this point that the intent of those in power could be going that direction.
Right. Agreed. Well, Adrian, thank you so much for talking with us today. Where can people find out more about you or the Libertarian Party of Florida?
Well, the best thing to do here in Florida is go to lpf.com, lpf.org, and folks, be sure to switch your voter registration. We need to get to that 5%. We need major party status, and if you switch and convince a few other people to switch, we can do that in the next few years.